My name is Al Brandli. I'm an artist, and I'm an artist because I enjoy art. I'm a member of the Fallbrook Art Association. We're at my home today, but what you're not going to see is a gallery because my paintings are created in one of several ways away from here. One is we have a workshop once a month. I always sign up because I always learn something. It's all different kind of mediums. That I paint in all mediums because of that. On Wednesday, we have a plein air paint out. We go somewhere within an hour away from here. So I get my paintings that way. And that's about it. Classes otherwise. It was back in grammar schools, the first time I remember art. We used to have to hand in a little book report, and I'd always be pretty good at drawing the covers. And my genes, I figure my genes are important to my art. And my grandmother and my mother were the two people. And this is an example of my grandmother's work. She went to a New York school that's Cooper's Union and is still in existing today. And she trained to be a commercial artist. So we used to visit her in another state once a year, and one thing that I can remember vividly is a painting that we did together. And so it goes from there. This painting I treasure because when I was 9 years old, my grandmother set up her easel in Memphis, Tennessee, and we're going to paint this painting. And as I look at it, I know that a lot of the brushstrokes are hers, but I remember painting flowers and different parts of it. So I have this in one of the rooms. It's one of my treasures, memories with my grandmother. So above me, picture this old sewer pipe that's been like dented. And I said, walking along with my wife and Big Bear Lake, that looks like a heart. So I smuggled it in the trunk, took it home. I went to the mart where there's a stained glass artist. And I told her, I put a piece of cardboard in place of the glass. I said, I selected the glass, and I had her put that in there, and I presented it to my wife for Christmas. So it was a fun art project. So I started this art class that my mother took by this guy named Jack Roberts. Above is this hardware store, the mezzanine. They had this art class met once a week, and he said, bring in a picture that you'd like to paint. And I chose this picture because I'm always fascinated with perspective. The fact is these corn stupples go off to a dale here. So this is only amongst two paintings that I know my teacher had some strokes in. But one of the things I found was really interesting, these particular fall trees, he showed me where you could go over it and do whatever you want. So believe it or not, at least 3 times, I obliterated what was there and redid it. I put in the stems and put in the colors. And so I made myself do that. And it's a great memory. There's things like this particular, I have these cows in the background. So he showed me when you paint a cow, there's such and such a shape. So anyway, this is like a fun painting. So education is certainly part of my art. And I tell you about, the Jack Roberts, the class where I did that snow scene. Well, Orange Coast College has an art program. I went completely through the program. One of the things I enjoyed was life sculpture. I took at least 3 semesters and they'd have a nude model, different type of person in each week. They wouldn't give us any instruction. So the last class, believe it or not, this beautiful black woman, I'd done her whole body previously. Well, this time I did a bust, and all except for her scarf. The next morning I had a class and I formed this top and talked to the instructor about a raku firing, which requires taking This thing's pretty heavy. Taking this out, it's hollow but heavy. So he was a little hesitant to have me do it. So what I did do is I painted a raku glaze on it. There's just a single glaze, and when it was red hot, we removed the top, and I didn't do a thing. I just let it cool, and this is what it looks like. It makes this thing. So it's like my favorite work that I did, for 3 semesters, 18 weeks a semester, and it ended well.
Go ahead, honey.
So in the bottom of my mother's closet is this tapestry that was done by my grandmother. Essentially, it's not finished. She's holding hands with a bow. You can barely see his outline there. She's holding hands, and this was redone on an oil canvas where it was complete, but this is a real treasure for us to have this. And I'll admit, I've never done anything near this big. They weren't afraid to give her a lot of projects in her school. So you can see what she has done here, and all the folds, they're difficult to make. So it's one of our family treasures, and all I have was a board up there, and I'm just letting it drape, and I'm hoping you're enjoying it as much as I am. So, in Irvine, I was there since 1972. So 2005, I moved here. The School of the Arts on Tuesdays had a ceramic class. I was there every night making ceramics for 8 years. Then I switched over to painting. And essentially, I've been painting, I've been entering every single Fallbrook Art Association month. They have monthly entry. I haven't missed one. And so that's where I'm doing my art from there. So for you artists, I'd like to invite you to our weekly Wednesday plein air paintings. Here's an example. I painted this gal. I took a photograph of her. She was in motion, and maybe she was a 16-year-old, and at Wyoming Park. So that's just one example. So contact the Fallbrook Art Association. We'll put you on the list to tell you where we're going on next Wednesday. So in closing, anyone that would like to talk about art, find out about the Fallbrook Art Association, you can contact me at my email, which is similar to my name, al@brandli.com. So I hope to hear from you and see if I can connect with you.